After we got a tip from a concerned resident about this street racing, we decided to scope it out for ourselves. Turns out these altered sports cars were racing all night long on I-165. So we took our findings to police to crack down on this illegal and extremely dangerous activity. This is what's happening just about every Friday and Saturday night on I-165 between downtown Mobile and the Bay Bridge Road exit. Sports cars, muscle cars, and motorcycles take turns drag racing back and forth, and we caught it on camera while we were pulled over undercover along the highway. The racers, totally unconcerned about our car sitting on the side of the highway with its hazard lights on, passing right by us, shaking our car. The racers gather here at this gas station near the entrance of the 165. Then they race throughout the early morning hours. On the 3 different weekends that I've been out here witnessing this activity while undercover, I've counted as many as 30 different sports cars and motorcycles gathered here. And then they take turns racing the strip just down the road.
Just see it as an extreme hazard to the general public and families that travel that highway.
This man, who wanted to remain anonymous, works nearby. He says he's seen it go on for a year now, so he tipped us off to the problem, hoping for a change.
I just want something done about it. And, you know, say if my family or your family travels down that highway in the middle of the night, they're totally at risk, unnecessary risk, and it's senseless.
Definitely not a safe practice. Last year, 80 people across the country were killed in street racing crashes, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And since 2014, 6 people in Alabama have died from racing-related accidents. One of those victims, 33-year-old Rodney McQueen of Mobile, who died while racing his best friend on Duval Street.
And when I pulled up, I just jumped out of the car, and his car almost looked like a can, and he was laying on the ground, but they had already covered him up.
McQueen's sister says she misses her brother every day.
It's just a terrible, terrible time. Terrible time. It's been 3 years, but it's still a terrible time.
Knowing the real dangers behind street racing, I showed our findings about the racing on I-165 to Mobile Police. After seeing our videos, Mobile Police Chief Lawrence Batiste agreed to crack down on the racers.
Not only are they placing themselves at risk, but they're placing the entire community at risk from their behavior.
Saturday night, we watched as the racers started their usual night of breaking the law.
He ain't got no headlights on.
Around 1 a.m., a group of racers zoomed by. One driver didn't even have his headlights on while traveling at speeds topping 100 miles an hour.
Mustang, no headlights.
The undercover officers called in descriptions of the racing cars to officers in marked vehicles.
Tell him this white one too, right here. He's pulling it around.
Those officers in uniform then pulled over the racers at the gas station and started issuing citations. The undercover officers, whose identities we're concealing so they can participate in future operations, tell us they were glad we alerted them to what's been happening.
Honestly, I would have never have known this was going on. I didn't really even know what the process was until we got here. And then you guys gave us a little bit of information, details. We went up there, seen it, and felt it for ourselves. And I'm just really glad that we were able to see it and take a little bit of action against it. Hopefully set an example to others. It looks like we have so far. Just hope that it stays this way, because this is just really dangerous to have this going on. So it's nice to help take part in this.
A total of 7 citations were issued Saturday night. In Alabama, a first-time street racing offense carries a fine of $500 and possible jail time. And the driver's license will be suspended for a maximum period of 6 months. Officers tell me they'll continue patrols in that area to ensure the racers don't try their luck again.